fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Tyranno Hammer 50 from #1 Sentai Gozyuger. So we have another weapon here, this time for Goju Tyranno, featured very prominently here on the right side of the box. And it is exactly as the name implies. It is a hammer shaped like a Tyrannosaurus. And who doesn't love that? You can see we have the Tegasword Yellow over here looming in the background on the left. Up here on the top showing the hammer, and then of course the changer transforming into the mecha, now with the hammer pieces attached. Not too much going on down here. No batteries are included. There are no electronics in this whatsoever. Got a picture of Goju Tyranno and the hammer over here on this side. And then we got the mecha form over here on this side, spinning it around to the back. Really just showing us more of the same. We have the Tegasword Yellow ring. We have the hammer, we have the Tegasword changer itself, and then of course all those things are going to combine to the form we have over here. I have to say, I absolutely love the fact that the trigger for this is the little Tyrannosaurus hands. That's adorable. I love that. That's so fun. I'm very excited about that. So let's go ahead, let's get everything out of the packaging here, and we will take a closer look. So here is the Tyranno hammer and Tegasword Yellow ring. We'll start off with the ring. Looks pretty cool. It is a little Tyranno head. I will say with the translucent yellow, some of the detail gets a little lost, but I do really like the silver paint. I think that looks really sharp. And this one actually opens differently from the two we've seen previously. Instead of having the mouth kind of pop back, you actually pop these open from the side. They slide out to the side. Really nice robot head in there with the green eyes and the silver paint. Kind of looks like a Gundam to me, if I'm being honest. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. So we'll close that back up. And then, of course, it does also come with the larger ring loop if you prefer to wear these. But putting that off to the side, we will take a look at the Tyranno hammer. Again, pretty basic, very similar in that regard to the Leon Buster 50. But again, you have the little T-Rex hands acting as the trigger. And I don't know why that brings me joy, but it does. It's just fun. It's so funny. Tiny little cute T-Rex hands acting as a trigger, I think is so funny. You can see it just kind of opens and closes the mouth a little bit there. Nothing too spectacular. But then you do have this kind of nice big silver area to kind of act as the hammer, which works really well. Some nice metallic-y green paint there for the eyes. Does get a little lost on the translucent plastic, I will admit. But overall, it works. And then you have this tiny little handle here. So, very basic little accessory, but, you know, like I said, something about those little T-Rex hands just makes me smile. In any case, let's go ahead and we will try out the ring with the Tegasword before we get into the transformation. So one thing I did want to address real quick, I had some people in the comments of my previous videos say that I had the thumb on the changer here wrong. I had it kind of popped in like this, only because that's how it came in the box, and I thought that's what it was supposed to be, but kind of looking at more pictures and stuff, I think it's supposed to be like this, which makes sense, and certainly will make it easier to transform back and forth, so if this is correct, I'm happy to do that. So let's go ahead, let's pop the ring in. So there you go, it says Tyranno Hammer Go. Nice yellow LED. Tyranno Hammer Crush for the powered up attack. Sounding pretty good. Let's go ahead and get into... Whoops. Still having trouble getting these rings out sometime, I gotta be honest. There we go. Let's transform this thing. So to get this guy ready to connect to the robot, we are going to literally just pry him in half. So that is going to snap apart like that. Then we are going to remove this section. And it's interesting when you have it split apart, this really no longer does anything. So the little T-Rex hands will not make this move anymore, which is interesting. This part is actually kind of cool. This is spring-loaded. So as you, if you can't tell, this is going to connect as an arm. As you move the arm around, the spring-loaded nature will make sure that it doesn't get in the way of posability, which I actually thought was kind of cool. Nice little touch. Then we're going to take this piece and we're just going to open it up like so. And then you can see these little translucent yellow bits in here that we are going to just flip around 180. And that will expose some clips so that we can clip it onto the front of the mecha. So now that we're all set, let's go ahead and bring in the Tegasword. So just like yesterday, we are going to pop off the right arm, but today we're actually going to pop off the left arm as well. We're going to come around to the back here and just peg these on the back for storage. Like so. Come back to the front. We're going to take our 2 halves of our Tyranno hammer and peg these in as arms. Like so. And then we're going to take this section here, and these 2 clips are going to clip onto the front here. So just clip these on like that. And then with that, we need to open up the helmet and pop it in. So there we go. We have Tegasword Yellow. I think this is way more successful than Tegasword Blue. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. Like I said yesterday, I think some are going to be more successful than others, and I think this one just works. I mean, you have this clipped onto the front. The arms are kind of in an appropriate place. I don't have that piece hanging off the front pretending to be a shoulder pad. This just looks more cohesive. And like I said, as I move these forward, the spring-loaded nature of that piece automatically bends it up, and I think that looks really cool. I really like the look of that. This one works just so much better. I think this piece connected onto the front here looks a lot cooler as well. You don't have this big piece on the top kind of pretending, and then the arm yesterday was just so big. This one I just feel like, and maybe it's the symmetrical nature of it. Maybe, you know, my OCD just loves the symmetrical nature of it. That's also very possible. But I just think this one looks a lot cooler than the one we took a look at yesterday. So we'll have to wait and see which one ends up being my favorite out of the 4. And eventually we're supposed to get a red one as well down the line. But yeah, this works. I think this is cool. Kind of looks like, you know, big boxing gloves, and you heard that kind of like ring bell sound. That sounds almost like a boxing match. So I think this motif just works. I think this is really neat. Now you can still, if you hit the button here, you'll get that sword clashing sound. But if you hold it down, so you get the hammer crush. Very cool. But yeah, I think this one works. I think this looks pretty cool. I am a fan of this. The only thing, and this is not even really a complaint, but the yellow and the gold, you know what I mean? It's not that much of a color contrast. I kind of wish the Tyranno was maybe like the green one or something, just because I think the colors would work. You know, the gold on the yellow is a bit of a contrast, but overall, I still think this is really neat. I think this form's pretty cool. I like this one. So that's going to do it for the Tyranno Hammer 50 or Tyranno Hammer Go. I think this one's fun. And I think what I kind of realized, these are not really weapons. They're not really roleplay weapons. They kind of are, but they're really not. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, they're representing a weapon that will be used on the show. And so in that regard, they're kind of roleplay weapons. But when you think about what we typically get for roleplay weapons for Sentai or Rider, they're larger. They have electronics, batteries, lights, sounds, all that kind of stuff. And these are not that. The reason you're really getting these is for the combination with the mecha. If you don't have the mecha, I don't know why you're buying these. Let's be honest. Let's put it that way. So I think the logical part of my brain knew that, but I was still kind of disappointed. And I don't know if I was holding them to an unreasonable expectation or something. And I don't know. But it took this one, like this one has kind of a stupid fun aspect of the weapon mode to kind of make me realize, you know, look, this is the laughable part. This is not really supposed to be super impressive. You know, if you want to run around with your little Tyranno hammer and move the jaw up and down, sure. But at the end of the day, what you're really buying this for is the connection with the mecha. And that's what needs to be successful. Now, I do think this one was more successful than the Leon Buster 50. That one, I just wasn't that impressed with the connection. I really like the connection with this one to the mecha. I think the arms look great. The head's really cool. Maybe it's the symmetrical nature to it. Maybe that just on some level of my brain pleases me more than the Leon Buster did. But at the end of the day, I think this one's fun. I love the rings. I've always loved the rings. All of the rings so far have been great. This one's no exception. But I just think as a weapon, this one is more fun, and as connection to the mecha, this one is more fun. So if for some reason you can only get one or the two, I would definitely recommend this one over the Leon Buster. I still think they're a little pricey, if I'm being honest. I mean, 25, $30 for the set of this and the ring seems a little high to me, but at the end of the day, you know, you get a decent amount of functionality out of them. The ring is really cool. The sounds are great with the ring, and the connection to the mecha is pretty cool. So I still recommend checking them out. I'm excited. I kind of bummed that I have to wait a month for green and black, but so be it. Hopefully they'll be here before we know it, because I want more of these. And like I said, I'm definitely excited for more rings. I've always had a good time with the rings. So yeah, I know I was a little down in the dumps at first. I think I was just holding it to an unreasonable expectation in my mind, and I didn't even realize I was doing that. So I found my joy here with this fun, stupid little T-Rex hammer. Who knew? It had to be a dino, right? In any case, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.